Guys, welcome back. So today I wanted to touch bases on something a little different than reptiles, but animals in general. Most people that know me or know J&W, I have had potbelly pig pets since I moved here. I brought them over to California with a health certificate and a permit to transport from upstate New York to California. And in my county, it's legal to have them within the city limits. So I just got done cleaning out my older pig's kennel and kind of cleaning up a little bit because we just recently took the roof off, her old roof off, which now is just got a tarp on it. So we're going to redo the roof and build it further out this way to the house, towards the house, so they don't get wet again this year. So we're going to put an additional, probably up to about here, poles, and then build it so the water runs that way. So I literally just got done. There she is laying down. She's hot today. I have the hose running, so hopefully if she gets too hot she can lay in the mud. I wanted to give a little bit of education about potbellies. It's a little sunny over here. Trying to do it where there's not much sun and you can kind of see. She's separated from my other two because not only is she older, but my male doesn't like her. My male is fixed, by the way. I don't breed potbellies. So he's been neutered since I got him. I got him here when I moved to California. But Penny and Smushmer I've had their whole lives. So Penny I got when she was 5 days old. She's now 14, which is pretty old for a potbelly. They can live 10 to 20 years, depending. She's now 14. So with the sun beating on in her kennel, I put the tarp up temporarily. So it helps keep some shaded area for her, so that she doesn't get overheated. What I want to do is give you guys a little bit of education about potbellies. So I'm going to actually go sit over here. I need to bring my soda. I need to sit down. It's been a long, hot day. I'm also whitening some bones. There goes all the turtles. They all jumped in the thing. Okay. Let's sit down here. Let me hope my head will block the sun. Maybe if I go this way. Oh, I don't know if you can see me, because I can't see me. Hard not having good lungs. All right, so I'm gonna sit in front of the tortoise pen. Okay, so back to the potbelly pig thing. So I know this isn't reptile related, but it is animal related. I know a lot of my videos have kind of been all over the place, and I've been contemplating on if I wanted to change the name, because it's a little bit of everything about, other things and some fun stuff and serious stuff and all that, and I kind of been a little bit up and down on the scale. But I want to kind of get back to the potbelly pig thing, because I'm on a couple different groups and on Facebook, and I don't really pay mind, but I am very educated when it comes to potbelly pigs. There's a couple of reasons. One is I worked on an exotic farm before I moved here, and two is I've been a potbelly pig owner for over 14 years. Obviously Penny was my first potbelly pig, but I worked with them prior to owning her. So there is a huge situation going on in the world with potbellies and other types of critters. In the potbelly pig community, we call greeters. They're breeders that are they're greedy. They're basically breeders for money, and they're going to lie to you and tell you something that you want to hear, and they're charging upwards from $2,000 to $5,000 and up dollars for miniature potbelly pigs, or miniature pigs. They have a variety of different names: teacup, dandelion, Juliana, coon. Coons are a little different because their hair. Potbellies don't have fur; they have hair. That's why some people that are allergic to cats and dogs can have potbellies, because it's hair, not fur. But coons are a little different. If you look it up, it's Kune. Coon. They are a little bit of a different breed, but they're basically the same. Okay, so same with Juliana. Juliana's supposed to be the smallest potbelly pig out there. Teacup pigs, dandelion pigs. They're all potbelly pigs. Potbelly pigs originated from Vietnam. They were bred down to dig truffles for the farmers in the fields. Way back. In the 80s, there became a huge craze where everybody saw that these potbelly pigs that the farmers were using were highly intelligent and easy trainable. You can litter box train them. They started selling them in pet stores way back in the day when pet stores actually could sell animals. They still can some places, but I mean, it was big. You could go in and find all different kinds of animals to buy, even monkeys, honestly. In New York back in the day, before there was any permits needed or anything like that, you could go into specific exotic pet stores and purchase monkeys, capuchins or spider monkeys, sometimes the marmoset. My son's father's brother actually sold monkeys to the public back in the day. So anyway, potbelly pigs were one of those commodities you could go in and find, and they were selling them to people, and they were kind of saying, oh, they are 3 months old and they're this big, and that was all a lie. A lot of the times they sell them underage to get people to believe that they're older than what they are, and they're going to stay small. Now, a miniature pig, okay, is different than a hog pig. So there are different types of pigs. Obviously, you have wild boars, you have hogs, you have potbelly pigs. I know there's probably a few others that I don't know offhand, but basically all the genetics are very similar because they're all pigs. So anything that is not a hog pig or a boar, wild boar, that can get in upwards to 1,000 pounds is considered a miniature pig. Now, a potbelly pig can tap out at 300 pounds. That's still a miniature pig because it doesn't exceed 300. I have never seen a potbelly pig exceed 300 pounds. They can, get pretty big and they look like they weigh more, but I've never really seen them much over 300 pounds. My male is pretty large, and he's probably tipping the 300-pound scale. My older female, of course, as they get older, they're like humans. They start to lose weight. She used to be as big as my male when she was younger. Now she's a lot skinnier and smaller, but she's still probably hitting over 100 pounds. So a really good, healthy potbelly pig is at about 175, 100, 125, depending on the genetics of the pig. Now, my Smushmer is my second pig. She's 12, and she actually has, there's also different types. So you have some potbelly pigs that have longer legs, and then you have some like my Smushmer that has the short legs. The shorter legs pigs stay smaller because they have a shorter stature. They have shorter legs, and unfortunately, my Smushmer has arthritis now and is considered crippled because they have to carry all that weight on their little legs, and their hooves start to grow inwards. So there is a lot of care that goes into potbelly pigs, but they can live on a diet of potbelly pig pellets and fruits and veggies and stuff. So I just want to let people know that when somebody says, I want a miniature pig, because every time I tell people I have potbelly pigs or I have pigs, they think that they're, I'm holding them and they're yay big. When they're younger, yes, but as they get older, they get big. They do not stay that small. I don't care what anybody tells you. People are going to scream and say, oh no, she's lying. I'm not lying. I've been a pig owner for 14 years, and I know other people that have gotten pigs under the assumption that they're going to stay small, and they don't. And what happens is, now you can't keep them in the house. Well, you can, but you can teach them to go indoor, outdoor. You can train them very easily to go outside and go potty like a dog and come in when they want. The problem is that not everybody wants a 200-pound pig in their house. Or they just want the cute little baby piggy that looks so sweet and innocent. And when they get older, everything in their face changes. And they're not so cute and little anymore. So, like anything, I always tell people, do your research. But again, I don't want anybody out there that is thinking about getting a potbelly pig to believe everything that person is telling you. I don't care what they say. Ask to see the parents. If the parents look skinny and they don't have a belly, like pot-belly, pot-belly, that's exactly what it means. It means that they have a pot belly. Usually it's low on the back. The back is a little curved in, and the belly is very, sometimes hitting the ground. You don't want to see their ribs. You don't want to see their backbones. You don't want to see their hip bones. All of that should be covered with meat. They're not good eating, by the way, either, because I've had people joke with me and say they want to cook my pigs. They're basically all blubber and fat. Okay, there's not very much meat on potbelly pigs. If it was a survival thing and the world was ending, maybe. But for the most part, they're not bred for slaughter. They're bred for pets. So this is why some people can fight the ordinance if they're told they have to get rid of their potbelly pigs within city limits, because they're considered a farm animal. Technically, potbelly pigs are considered exotic pets. So they are, there's sometimes ways around that. If I've seen people fight cities and won to keep their pigs within the city limits if they're not allowed to. But you should always check with your city and make sure that or your county, and make sure that you have the ordinance to keep a potbelly pig within your city limits or in your county. The thing, and we can here in Vallejo, there's no ordinance stating that you cannot. Vallejo is actually one of the counties that you could keep potbelly pigs. Now Benicia has adapted that also, and there's a few other places. But you want to make sure anyway. So, the biggest thing is people need to remember these are not considered farm pets. Although they can live on farms, don't get me wrong, but they were bred for a specific reason. That was to be an exotic pet. After people started to learn how many people wanted them, they started breeding them to be exotic pets. Again, I can't stress enough, do not listen to everything that you read or you hear, or if you decide to get a potbelly as a pet, do your research and find a really good potbelly pig breeder, or rescue one. There are a ton of potbelly rescues out there that have potbelly pigs that need good homes. You can always rescue one. Research potbelly pig sanctuaries or potbelly pig rescues, or just pig rescue in general. There's a lot of them out there, even here in the state of California. If they have babies too, so they have all different sizes and all different kinds. But don't believe anybody when they say, "Oh, it's a Juliana." Oh, it's a teacup. Oh, coons do usually stay smaller, but again, they can still hit the scales at 100 pounds. So don't think you're going to get a 25-pound pig that's going to stay 25 pounds. And if they're telling you to feed it a quarter of a cup of food a day when they're young, that's one thing. But as they get older, you have to up their food. I give my potbelly pigs a cup of food in the morning. I don't mean a big one either, like a cup this big. Like a cup of food in the morning and a cup of food at night. And then they can get greens. I give them treats every now and again, like real treats, like peanut butter crackers. They love them. Fluffy cakes, they love them too. They can actually eat just about anything. They're like us. They can eat anything we can eat. So I give them treats and stuff too. And they're not getting any bigger than that they already are. And that's the other thing before I forget, because I do get sidetracked, squirrel. They don't stop growing for 5 years. So if somebody tells you, oh, they're 2 years old and they're not going to grow anymore, that's a lie. They don't stop growing for the first 5 years of their life. Once that 5 years are tapped out, they're done. They're done growing. So whatever it is you got at the end of that 5 years, that's what it's going to be. The other thing is to try to find a really good, reputable not pig vet, but a farm vet. Most of those vets travel, and you do have to pay traveling fees and expenses. They usually come out and do, I call it a workup. They get an entire workup. They get rabies vaccines, just like anything. They get ivermectin shots for pig mange. They get their eyes cleaned, their teeth trimmed, or if it's a male, their tusks trimmed, their ears cleaned. They get a complete workout, their hooves trimmed, the whole nine. If you don't mind listening to the screaming and squealing, you can buy hoof trimmers yourself and learn how to trim the hooves yourself. But if you don't trust yourself, obviously have a vet do it. I trim my own. But I use a vet out towards UC Davis. Her name is Karen Kirshner. She is an amazing farm vet. That's what she specializes in, and she is a traveling vet. So she does have a truck that has all her stuff that she needs, and she does sedate the pigs. When sedating potbelly pigs it's a mixed cocktail, and you have to be really careful because you can actually kill them in sedation. So she actually sedates my pigs, and then she gives them a clean bill. She works them all up and does whatever. It's not cheap. It's not cheap, and you should do it at least once a year. unless of course something's wrong with your pig, then you want to get them to the vet. So anyway, I know I've babbled on long enough, and I'm sure some of this will be edited out or broken down so you get the legit, so the most important pieces. So the most important thing is if you want to get a potbelly pig as a pet, do your research first. Do not believe that they don't get any bigger than 50 pounds. It's a lie. They're extremely intelligent and highly trainable. They make wonderful pets. I love my pigs. But do not ever leave them alone if you have dogs. It can be a mess. It can work out great. They can get along 1 minute. The minute you leave, something can happen. Pigs have been ripped up by dogs and vice versa. So then you got a major vet situation going on for your animals, and it's just not right. So you should always keep them separated when unattended. But if you're going to have a potbelly pig and you have dogs as pets, bring them up together. In other words, have the potbelly when it's old enough and it's trained already, because they're very clean. They go to the bathroom in the same area all the time. That's why they're easy to be litter box trained, because they will go to the same spot every time. So when they're in the house, when they're babies, you can teach them to go in a litter box, and as they get older, you can actually teach them to start going outside. I had a potbelly pig, unfortunately passed away in 2.5 years. I had 4. I used a kiddie pool for a litter box in the house. Her and the cats both would use it, but when she would go outside, she'd go outside and go in the same area. When she came inside for the night, she slept in the kitchen. I barricaded her in the kitchen with her litter box, and at night, if she had to go potty, she would use the litter box. So yeah, guys, just do your research. There's so many potbelly pigs in sanctuaries and rescues that need good homes. And if you happen to have a farm and you're looking for great pets, potbelly pigs make great pets, and you can always adopt more than one. Of course, I always recommend adopt first, don't buy. But don't always believe everything that you hear about potbelly pigs. I have my 3, 14, 12, and 10. I've had them their entire lives. I would never get rid of them for any reason. And when all 3 of them are gone, I probably will get another one. Alright guys, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I would say see you. Oh, I can say, instead of seeing you later, alligator, I'm going to say wee! See you later.